Whoa.
Hello,
I feel like I'm on
hello.
the Carson show or something. I like that kind of intro.
That's beautiful. All right, welcome to the news and updates. I'm Laurel and here to share with you the news from around the Outspace VR community. And I'd like to introduce you to my fabulous and amazing co-host in the style of Johnny Carson. Here's Donna.
That's hilarious. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Laurel. I feel like I finally made it. You know when you have that moment and you finally feel like I've arrived. Oh my gosh. That's never happened to me before. So hello, everyone. I'm Donna McTee, here to help host another in our third year, delivering you the news from around the Altspace VR community. We have events and worlds and news to share with you from the past week and into the next. So let's get this party started. Oh my
Yay!
gosh. A few hours ago, oh, my mouse covered. Okay, there we go. Sorry. Oh, here I am with two hands on mouse. Two hands on mice. Do you say mice or do you say mouse? I get confused with that everything.
Mooses.
All the
Mooses.
time. Oh my goodness. A few hours ago was the WebXR Poly Awards, the first year this has ever happened. The event was hosted in Altspace VR and Mozilla Hubs in Engage, Tivoli Cloud VR, and VR Chat. The award winners were announced live and will be listed on the WebXR Awards website. There were amazing educational and inspirational apps that help with training and development of APIs, platforms, frameworks, and so much more that benefits schools and families and businesses. Wow, the WebXR Poly Game of the Year went to...
Oh, forgot to enter that in because we didn't hear it. We had so many people interrupting us.
So in other words, go find it yourself.
They will be... We'll be highlighting them next week. I am so sorry.
Oh, that's okay. So congrats. huge, really. Congrats to the winners, and we will be highlighting them next week. And there's a YouTube video is live stream also on YouTube. And so if you were not able to catch it, you'll still have an opportunity to. Okay. Can anybody hear Laurel? Give me sad faces if you cannot hear Laurel. Okay, now we can.
Am I back? Now you can. Okay.
Start again.
There I'm back. Okay, thank you. Last week we reported on a bug that caused users with the Quest 2 to crash when a video was played in a world or an event. It's been resolved. Yay, they fixed that right away, and the metaverse is safe again for Quest 2 users.
Now, a couple of weeks ago, Altspace VR raised the audience capacity for events to 50. It's been an interesting experience to be at events with more than 30 people, hasn't it? It brings on a whole new list of things to talk about. Now, how was that experience for you guys? Give me some emojis. How did you find it? Hearts are good. Sad faces, maybe laughter. There could have been many comical experiences. Now, this week, they brought out the next phase in event development, the ability for hosts to control the room capacity of their events. Now, this is important that some events should really not have more than, say, 12 to 30 people in them, as they are intimate, not meant to attract a large number of people. Maybe the conversation is more vulnerable, more sensitive, right? This allows the event host to control, this feature allows the event host to control their own experience and not require a huge support team of moderators, which is what happens. If you're going to have 40 or 50 people in the room, now you're going to need people to help you moderate, especially like if it's a public event, right? So it adds the flexibility of our experience as well.
All right. Altspace also continues their phased integration of the Microsoft account logins. Now, many of you have successfully linked your Microsoft accounts, and others are holding back to see how it works. I think that's a little healthy. This past week, the integration came out of beta, which means that they've had good results from the testing, and it is now rolling forward. To link your Altspace VR account to your Microsoft account, you must be in World. Okay, they do have it by the website, but it really is best if you do it by World first to get it linked. So you have to go in to the big circle with a triangle on it and go to Me, Account to link your account. And then afterwards, if you disconnect the link or whatever, you can do it on the web page. But there are a few other things you should know.
So the first one, if you do not have a Microsoft account, you may get one by registering at live.com or at microsoft.com. You may use any email you wish to register. Second, some of us as event hosts and community helpers have multiple accounts. Eventually, each account must have its own Microsoft account, and each account must use a unique email address. Plus, addresses do not work, adding complications to our email existence.
Now, for those that you don't know, plus addresses are when you can take an email like myemail@gmail.com and you put my email plus and then a unique word like no spam or bot camera or something and at gmail.com. Well, it appears it doesn't work here in Altspace. So, and for Microsoft, can't use that. So why should you link your Altspace VR account to Microsoft? Well, the Altspace VR team says that we should soon see added functionality and features in the platform that are directly associated with our Microsoft accounts. What's really important to many of us who've been here for a long time is this adds a layer of security for your account, because the Microsoft account security process is much stronger. And we're hoping that'll kind of drop the risk of some trolls. And we understand it adds more complications right now, but going forward, we're really, really excited about the possibilities.
She uses the word "we" very loosely because I'm not sure we collectively are excited about this. However, time will tell. Now, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, it was announced that improvements had arrived on the AltSpace VR channel's web page. The channels page allows users to subscribe to groups hosting ongoing events and be alerted when a new event is added. The new popular channel highlights events by the number of subscribers. Any event host may create a channel, but we recommend you have produced a few events first. It's a learning curve, but when you are ready, get your channel up there and start promoting it at your events.
Yay, and I'd like to have everybody shoot up some hearts for room 2 is open now. Come on, yay for room 2. Let them know that they are not alone. Love it. All right. Now, thank you. With the increase in, we're on to a world building news. World building news. Okay, I'm waiting for the slide. Am I not seeing the slide or is it just me? There it is. Thank you, Mark. Okay, world building news. With the increase in the event audience cap size to 50, world builders are really eager to have that audience cap size raised on their worlds. We've been told the DF team is working on it. We've heard that before, and many times it comes true. So let's hope that they get that going. But before they do it, please, if you have a world that you want to have public, make sure that you go through and you check that world, make sure all the diagnostics are all in the green. Okay, really, really important. It's all in the green because it's likely that it will be an automatic test to make sure that your world qualifies to increase the audience cap. So check that diagnostic. It's ensure all is green. All is green.
Now, if you haven't tried Ancient, I Won't Say's new AltSpace VR Unity uploader, just do it. He's updating it with some great new features to decoupling Unity asset and item names. So there is no more need for length kit ID name combinations. You choose the name you want and the uploader manages the rest. He's also added full-fledged edit template and kit metadata from within the uploader, so there is no need for the browser. Thus, uploading is faster and easier. It's a powerful and easy tool to use that works independent of operating systems. We're hearing good things, so spread the word across the world building community, as this is a wonderful, and seriously guys, this is a truly generous gift to our community for uploading your Unity templates and kits easily for Android, Windows, and Mac versions with just a couple of clicks. So thank you, Ancient. We've shared the link to it in our News and Updates Discord server, so make sure to check it out.
Mm-hmm. There is so much going on with world building and world builders right now. We can barely keep up. The Educators in VR group has started a world builders team project, and we're inviting world builders to help us build worlds for educators, students, researchers, and more. We want to showcase the possibilities in immersive education and are looking for generous world builders to help us make that dream come true. So join the Educators in VR Discord by going to educatorsinvr.com, checking out the Discord link there, and look for the World Building Team Project if you'd like to volunteer your world building skills for the future educators and students. Love it.
Now, the Wednesday World Tours team helps world builders expand their creativity with monthly world building themes. The theme for March will be galleries and exhibits. Oh my gosh, there's so many to choose from. And they will be hosting some tours with examples. They are looking for suggestions and will be hosting your gallery exhibit worlds the last Wednesday of March. So get your world link into them as soon as possible if you want to be included.
And there are so many world builders that are sharing their knowledge through events and workshops here in AltSpace VR. Check out the event calendar for specifics and take advantage of the tours with the Wednesday World Tours, Daisy Shaw's Tuesday World Tours, and the classes and the workshops right now in AltSpace VR. The SDK meetup is for the more advanced world building discussions. Just check out all these amazing community related Community released videos and in-world classes on world building with Carnivore. The computer science VR team has classes for free and paid, and there's so many others that are taking advantage of the free access to Unity classes and the tutorials that are on the Unity website. All this free information tutorials. There's no excuse. Start building. Start building.
Okay, you guys, this is really cruel. I love barbecue. I love anything barbecue, farmer sausage and steak mostly. My husband decides to barbecue and it's finished right now. So he just came in from outside with a whole plate of barbecue. And for the next 45 or 50 minutes after this event and beyond, I have to wait for dinner with that smell. Oh my gosh, that's kind of rude, don't you think? However, let me carry on. He's just showing it to me here. If I could show you what he's showing me, oh my gosh, you guys, I wish I could invite you all for dinner. Anyways, I digress. We love showcasing new worlds here at News and Updates. There were a couple worlds built in honor. Wasn't this amazing? The Mars Perseverance landing event this week. How exciting. Seriously, long time from now, we're going to all be saying, I remember where I was when, right? This is literally a huge step in the life of NASA. The worlds here served as watch parties. What a great way to bring people together in an outer space theme to celebrate these history-changing events.
Mm-hmm. The Mars rover Perseverance touchdown by Woody Picard had us on the surface of Mars with a rover and with this helicopter or something like it flying overhead, just like what is going to be happening if it isn't already. On Mars. We're going to have first flight on Mars. Oh boy. The Wright brothers would be the idea of flying on Mars, that would be amazing. I hear you munching. You took a nibble, didn't you?
Oh my goodness me. Can I just say, I only wish. I'm very sorry.
Sound like it. But anyway, do check it out. This is it's a regular world, so do check it out. It's really amazing.
Now, the rocket launch by JPM had a watch screen.
Did I say launch? Lounge.
Oh,
rocket lounge.
Sorry. See, I am distracted. You guys are in for something here because I am distracted. Okay, the rocket launch by JPM had a watch screen with rockets launching and returning from several launch pads around the event space. So fun and imaginative.
And hard to photograph because they kept taking off. It was wonderful. Now, if you go beyond Mars and check out the Alchemist House by Andy, it is a magical hand-painted alchemist house with magic by Palafel. We love his world building stuff. And original art by Evgeny Yaremko. It was created a while ago and it has over 3,600 joins and it's been favored nearly 650 times. So do check it out. It is well worth exploring and really beautiful. SimSimmer's
Asia scenery is Mac friendly and it's another world that has been around for a while. It's a beautiful Asian village reminiscent of Japanese styles with waterfalls and flowing water through the lovely village surrounded with rocky mountains and beautiful trees. I love this space. It's awesome. Now, if you would like to see your world featured here, join our News and Updates Discord. Paste us a link and a description to the world this is really important, in the channel, okay? In News Channel.
Yes, indeed. Now we're on to Discord tips. As we use Discord as our key communication tool for staying in touch with each other in the various groups in our community, including our events communities, we have some tips for you on using Discord.
Now, so many Discord servers, so little time. No kidding. It's so hard to keep up with all the notifications. When we are involved with an event or organization here in AltSpace VR, we love the interaction on Discord with the members, right? It's an awesome way to communicate. So we are social creatures and we love to keep the channels of communication open in and out of AltSpace VR. Yet, the number of the number of notifications that fill up our phones and computers can be overwhelming. Let's talk about how to reduce and control the constant chatter notifications on Discord.
Yes, indeed. So, first of all, in Discord, you go to your user settings and notifications, and then you can set your notifications globally to be on or off. That means for your whole system or not. You can also set so that desktop notifications are off, so you'll only be notified through your phone. So I like that. I love that. Taskbar flashing adds visual notification on your desktop. So it'll blink the window tab if there's a notification. Love that too. It can be turned on or off. The settings are really self-explanatory. So if you're sound sensitive, also go through the list of sounds on the notifications. For a while, I didn't know that it was Discord that made this just ka-ching! And it was like, really? Where's that coming from? And I found out it was Discord. I turned that sucker off really fast once I figured it out. So, but if you want to have sounds, you can do some fun sounds and go through that list of sounds for the to turn those on or off for the notifications or customize the sounds for all of the different actions that are in Discord.
Let's explore how to deal with a specific server and channels. If you want to turn off notifications for an entire server, right-click on the server's icon and select Server Mute. You have options to control the amount of time the server may be muted or mute it just completely. You may also mute by channel. Right-click on the channel's name and choose Mute by Time or until you turn it back on. In both cases, don't forget to turn it back on if you wish to be notified. Very few social platforms and tools allow this kind of drill down specific notification control. One more reason that we really, really love working with Discord.
We'll have more Discord tips in our news and update server and right here next week. Yeah. Calling all community helpers alert. It's time for us to talk to our community helpers here in AltSpace VR.
Now, community helpers should be very familiar with the AltSpace VR community standards as part of our responsibilities, including supporting and reporting in line with these standards. In many ways, this is our guidebook. One of our favorites is on defamation and intolerance. This is what it reads.
AltSpace is an international community of users that come from many different cultural backgrounds. Each community member has their own individual background, cultural practices, accents and mannerisms, belief structure, and reasons for being in VR. As a community that is enriched by our multicultural environment, and there will be no tolerance for bigotry regarding any user's race, nationality, spiritual beliefs, physical abilities, or sexual orientation. Any language that is meant to defame or injure another person will result in immediate suspension and determination as to whether the account will be closed permanently.
Since the standards don't clearly define defamation, we're here to help. Defamation is the act of damaging the good reputation of someone. It means to slander or libel. Now, slander means to make a false statement that may damage a person's reputation. Libel is to publish that statement. Here is a simple example.
So you're here in AltSpace and you see someone do or say something that you feel is wrong or violates the AltSpace VR community standards or terms of service. Your job as a member of the community and a community helper is to report that using the proper reporting tools, like going to altvr.com/abuse or using the in-world blocking or moderation tools. Excellent way to handle it. That's the right way to handle it. Then stop. Okay? Telling a few friends about the incident is fine, but if you post something, privately, if you post something on social media, Discord, or wherever that names and directly identifies that person and describes their behavior, you've just violated the AltSpace VR community standards for defamation.
The person you reported will face whatever consequences that AltSpace VR staff deems appropriate, which may result in them being banned from AltSpace VR. That's up to them. It's not you. By publishing about it, and especially naming names, you've just put yourself at risk for civil law consequences by the individual who may take action against you, irregardless of AltSpace VR protections.
Now, this isn't a lecture. We've seen this over and over and over again in our community. This applies to everything, not just our little corner of the metaverse. We want everyone to play safe here. So please report appropriately, verbally warn others that you think really could use the information. Like if there's a troll going around, you can verbally tell the people in the community, our event hosts and things, but just do it privately, do it carefully. We love our safe community here, and it's important we keep it that way, right? We got to keep it that way. It's so important. So if you are interested in becoming a community helper, look for anyone with a green border around their name tag and a heart inside and ask for information.
If you are a community helper and would like to share some tips and information here to support the Community Helper Program, please let us know after the show. Now on to AltSpace events. Let's start with a look back at the events over the past few weeks. Our reporters have been busy reporting on the events. If you would like to become a news and updates reporter like them, please talk to us after the show. We'd love to have you join our crew.
Mm-hmm. Now, Valentine's Day is usually a huge event here in AltSpace VR, but this year it was kind of low key, but there were some great events. There were some open mics and there were with love songs and other fun events, including the grand opening of the Love Hotel with the Inner Circle.
Last Monday was another open mic and karaoke event here in AltSpace VR. Honestly, we have totally lost count of how many of these there are. We can't keep up, but they're all amazing and always room for more. Mr. Chow Means, seriously, that's an awesome name, Mr. Chow Means. That is in every order I do to my Chinese favorite restaurant has Mr. Chow Mein as part of it. Karaoke night, rocky singing fun for everyone.
I love it. Monday was also a scavenger hunt event to find all these letters and pictures to form and create a word. It was a fun event by the Link to VR team, and it's fairly new here in AltSpace. You got to check it out.
The rocket party launch for the SpaceX Starlink was also on Monday, with many watching the live stream of the successful launch and those amazing boosters returning safely to Earth. That is really something to behold.
Oh, it blows my mind every time.
Right? This continues to be one of the longest running and popular events in AltSpace VR.
Yeah, if you haven't seen those boosters come back down and land on the ship at sea, you are missing one of the most brain changing. It's just an amazing thing to see. It really is. Watch the video, seriously. Tuesday was the Mardi Gras parades in AltSpace VR, and many were at those events celebrating with video and live performances. We love the creativity in the real world of New Orleans, Mobile, Alabama, which is home actually of Mardi Gras, anyway, it's a long story, history lesson, Brazil and elsewhere, for turning their homes into parade floats and allowing people to drive through the neighborhoods to keep the character of the celebration alive. Love that. And we love that it could be celebrated right here in AltSpace with all the safety and closeness that isn't available to us in the real world. Love that.
And seriously, limited to imagination only. Oh my gosh, great ideas. This past week was National Entrepreneurship Week, and there were events all week here with the special guests and networking socials promoting entrepreneurship. Tina Turner, a live 200 dance party video watch was awesome with Vic Silver Club in French and English. It was insane and a great concert watch party.
Indeed. And then The Hangar UK 93 FM Rave was another cool dance and social party with people from around the UK and beyond dancing to the rave music in a huge forest with a big hangar. It was awesome.
Once again, Health Systems Chats event on Thursday was amazing. The recreation version of the Babbage Computer Museum with tons of signs and retro computers was wonderful to explore, and Chuck talked about the history of programming and his programming experiences. Check out his regular events most Thursdays. They are packed with great information and interactivity.
Now, every Friday, our own wonderful Donna McTee hosts her Friday Christian movie night. Last night, they watched The Shack with a great group of people and a lively discussion afterwards. Do not miss this and all of her loved events all week long here in Altspace VR, bringing together the Christian Plus community to share and study together. Love these. Thank you, Donna.
Can I give one sneak peek? Or
of
one
course.
thing.
Yeah.
This Friday, we're debuting our Dinner with Friends. We talk about food and live love so much that we're actually starting a cooking show, and it's going to happen on Friday, right before the movie night. It isn't in the calendar yet, but it will be soon, and so watch for it. I can hardly wait.
Are you going to I'm just curious, are you going to talk about food that was grown in Israel and in the biblical lands, as well as just whatever you're going to be cooking?
Maybe sometime, but for right now, we're going to start with the foods that we love, the foods we throw in our crock pot, and I'll give you one other sneak preview. There will be a bacon segment at every show.
Oh, no!
It's going to be bi-weekly to start with, so I hope to see you guys there.
Oh, dear.
Now, these are just a few of the many events happening every week in Altspace VR, and now it's time to turn our attention to what's coming up this week, which obviously would be the appropriate time for me to have talked about this show. However, sorry about that.
It's okay.
And so we want you to rush to your events calendar and RSVP these events so you don't miss a moment of the excitement happening here in Altspace VR. And there are a lot of events.
Indeed. Now, after the news, Happy Hour at the Bricks with Aussie Guy is a great opportunity to socialize and meet new friends and hang out with old friends. We have so many, like the open mics, we have so many social events here in Altspace because that's what we're about. Here are just a few to consider throughout the week. Be warned, some of these may involve dancing.
Dodgeball Royale Dodgeball Royal. Seriously, it's a strange of words that tip us up. Right? That trip us up. It's one of later today that involves more than just social, but throwing balls at each other. A good way to get to know each other. Now, the Evolver After Party is a great hangout to meet and socialize with an amazing group of people as part of the Evolver community here in Altspace VR.
And Friday night, After Party with Oompa Loompa is a great party hour as the regular LGBTQ plus and friends. Also is another meetup that happens on Wednesdays and throughout the week. So check that out.
Every Friday is the late night barbecue event with Henry and Matt, one of the longest running social gatherings here in Altspace VR. Okay, guys, there are more throughout the week listed in the All channel, so check them out. Go out and meet new people.
That's an order. Okay, so we love meeting new people. Tonight, Droppin' Jewels Radio features a discussion with Sis Boss Diva 1016 Caraway, the producer of the Altspace VR show, Man in the Middle. She'll be discussing her experience in the Altspace VR community and how to rebuild after losing trust. Didn't we just have that conversation about defamation? Yes. How do you rebuild and recover after losing trust among your friends and in the community with this very, very special What About Your Friends show?
Now, Evolver's on location storytelling event takes us to the Mudville baseball field and the story of Casey at the bat. This is an ongoing special event, and it's a wonderful opportunity to enjoy storytelling in the location of the story. Love these events hosted by Tom Nickel. He is the father of the founder of Evolver, Jeremy.
My dad loved telling, he had it memorized, the Casey at the Bat story. He just loved that. So this bring back great memories. Tribe XR. Yeah, I'm not the only one. I love it. Tribe XR weekly DJ workshop is on tomorrow with most time zones to bring together DJs to learn from each other, not how to do it in VR. There's some people really serious about doing the DJing here in VR, and boy, do they have some great techniques that they'll share.
Greek mythology and literature is such a strong part of our culture. Tomorrow, Timon and Alexandra in the Greek Taverna for this storytelling event in both English and Greek to learn about the culture, the history, and the stories behind the myths.
I almost wrote mythos when I did the script, because that's kind of what it is. Anyway, the inner circle brings us, are you ready for this? Pink Floyd and the Dark Side of the Moon tomorrow with a special documentary, Baraka, from 1992. It doesn't seem possible. It's not been that long. As part of their ongoing psychedelic music watch parties. I mean, Dark Side of the Moon. Come on.
I think
Classic.
we need emojis for the people who are here for the first time round.
Who know it.
Right? Like, seriously. Now,
I love it.
We love playing games here in Altspace VR. Tomorrow is another leaderboard trivia game with Girl Greek. My apologies for that. That's a cool name, Girl Greek, where you could show off your trivia expertise in multiple categories.
And the AOT watch party tomorrow is another anime club episode with a watch of Attack on Titan. And it's just another great episode and a fabulous discussion after. So if you are an AOT fan, don't miss it.
Are you starting to realize that if you actually do have a job during pandemic, you might have to take some time off just to catch events in Altspace VR, right?
Yes.
So the VR's Got Talent Season 3 begins tomorrow with an episode, with episode 1 auditions, following the flavor of the Got Talent shows on television. If you are a performer, consider stepping up to the mic to strut your stuff.
Monday, I'm just so excited about this. The Indigenous Peoples Project is having their big launch event. Yep. And it is, can you hear me? Am I back?
Yeah, you're here.
Okay. All right. It's a collaboration event. So the Indigenous Peoples in XR project is a collaborative event with educators in VR. Oh my goodness! I've just done a tongue.
Just done a Donna. Say it.
I did it, Donna. Georgian College. Is that right? Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Okay,
right.
Georgian College, Silicon Hagen, and the ARCD and students in VR. Virtual World Society, among others, are forming an open community of Indigenous peoples using VR, 3D, and immersive technologies to help with the preservation of language and culture and more. Please come join, be a part of it. If you are part of an Indigenous tribe or representative, please come get involved because this is very exciting stuff.
Right? I am so excited about this too. And just a heads up. So what's happening is we're having an event every 2 weeks. So an event in Altspace, followed 2 weeks later by an event in Engage, and then followed 2 weeks later by an event in Altspace. And please join us. Now, if you are a student, teacher, or a researcher and interested in what research and development being done in and around XR immersive technology, check out Mondays, Educators in VR, the VR Researchers Meetups. They have great social networking events and brilliant speakers and presentations on the cutting edge of XR development and researchers.
Yay, it's fascinating. Matt the Scientist. He hosts 2 events each week. The Ask a Scientist event is on Sundays, and another is the Science Kitchen Show on Mondays. It is a great opportunity to talk to a scientist and learn about science in new and different ways, and the kitchen one is a hoot. So don't miss it.
The Social Dilemma with Timon and Allie is a great mind-bender discussion event as the team brings up current events and moral issues for the attendees to debate on Mondays.
Yay! Monday is Jano Volkelman is performing again. Get excited right here in AltSpace VR. He's going to rock the night away for a couple of hours of live entertainment and great fun. You do not want to miss it.
Tuesday, Flutterby is hosting an open discussion about mixed orientation marriage and relationships. She runs a support group and is in a mixed orientation marriage, so comes to host this event with experience and empathy for the challenges involved. What a great support discussion event to have here in AltSpace VR, where we appreciate everyone and all relationships.
I love it. Don't you love that about our community? I just love it. Now, Educators in VR on Tuesday is having an amazing workshop with Andy Fidel of Get Social Network. If you're familiar with Andy, you are missing out. She'll be sharing her lessons learned by hosting one of the first persistent spaces in AltSpace VR and the metaverse for almost 2 months, called the Winter Festival. She and her team hosted over 170 events in AltSpace VR through the holidays, and we are thrilled to learn more about how they did it and how she and the Get Social team are changing the definition of social VR. It's really fascinating. Don't miss that on Tuesday.
The Man in the Middle event is on Tuesday as well, exploring relationships and men and women issues. Each week, Boss Diva brings in special guests to discuss the challenges we all face as a man sits in the middle of 4 female co-hosts for a fascinating discussion. That's one hot seat in the middle.
It would be. All right, now you see how many events we have going on here? We are now to Wednesday. Wednesday, the ADHD chat is on again. And we're just doing a few highlights here, bringing together people with a vested interest in sharing their insights and perspective on attention deficit disorders and related mental health challenges. It is a great support group.
Wednesday, Flutterby's peer-to-peer support community team is hosting a development circle for those to grow their meditation, mediumship, and their personal spirituality at all levels. What a fascinating new group here in AltSpace VR community. Students in VR happens Wednesdays. The event features great speakers interviewed by students each week. So the 2 students we have, one's 13 and one's 15. One comes from Oklahoma, the other's from San Diego, and they have the most interesting take and follow-up questions with our guests. So it's an excellent student leadership project produced and led by students, often teaching educators and the rest of us about how this system works. It's a great group and event. You don't want to miss it. And it's filmed each week. And there's somebody teaching kids how to film. So the crew is actually students that are learning how to be videographers here in AltSpace. It's really cool.
I love that. You know, that's the future, man. We're training the future right here. Thursday is another. Oh, wait a minute. No, where am I? I'm at the Meet the Program Owner. I got so excited about Students VR. Sorry. Meet the Program Owner is Wednesday, an opportunity to meet Keegan and learn about some upcoming activities and features and get your questions answered. It is a great place to learn more about how AltSpace works.
Thursday. It is Educators in VR Bring It Home series with the Virtual Schooling Team Project, discussing distant learning and remote learning from home. This is so relevant right now. It was announced in the US that it could be fall or even as late as spring next year before the testing is done for efficiency on children. Okay, what she said. Sorry,
Efficacy.
Sorry, on children for the vaccine. Holy cow! This is a language learning experience for me each week. So just so you know, nothing like doing it in front of a live audience. So making the school is next year before the vaccine, making the school safer. The virtual schooling team supports remote learning with immersive tech and beyond. You don't want to miss it. Stop it, Laurel. I can hear her laughing. I can hear it. I'm not even looking at you. I can hear.
I'm sorry. I love the idea of efficient children. We were just talking about students in the
How nice! We need to have those. Listen,
we need more efficient children.
I would pay extra for that. I'm
sorry. That was just beautiful. Okay. Together. All right. Okay. Thursday is another. She and Mark are some of the few people in the world that can put me on the freaking floor they can just say 2 words and I'm gone every time. Okay. Thursday is another Ask Me Anything series bringing industrial leaders to AltSpace VR to share. This is okay. Serious. This is really an amazing event. This has been going on for a couple years here, and it is every week it brings the award-winning developers and designers of these incredible applications. And this week the guest is AARP Innovation Labs with the VR Social Impact winner from last year called Alcove. And AARP is the American Association of Retired Persons, and it funds this Alcove platform to bring intergenerational families and the VR ecosystem together. Very cool.
This is really cool. It's a cool app and it's a cool program. I'm just going to interject by saying, Mark, I'd like a feature, like a kit request here. I want a bucket of cold water because every once in a while she just needs a bucket of cold water. So I'll be looking for that along the set. So Friday is Women IT Pros with Kathy Moya, a group new to AltSpace VR that supports women in tech jobs that don't involve coding, but specializes in IT project management, technical writing, and so many non-coding support and leadership positions. There's a lot of them out there. This is really exciting. I love this. Oh my gosh, there are so many amazing events this week.
It is. Now, this one I'm very, very excited because this is part of my home thing, home passions. Thursday, the Rotary Universe features Adam Braun, who's discussing disability and technology. He's the former chief and research chief turned evangelist for disability and accessibility after a stroke. And then a year later, you think you got problems? Not only did he have a stroke, but a year later, he had to have his leg amputated. That's a lot in 2 years. He works with the VA Center for Limb Loss and Mobility, University of Washington, bioengineering and rehabilitation medicine, and he does extensive consulting work with HP's 3D printing division. You do not want to miss his presentation. I love it.
Friday is another scavenger hunt with Alex Dalt. Travel across the space station, misty mountains, floating islands. Whoa, this is Fantasy World and Hogwarts Castle as you race to find the clues to solve the puzzle.
The imagination here is amazing. Now I can't even say it. Simulation Nation. It's contagious. Simulation Nation is back this week with interviews with professionals and world builders in VR, as well as reviews of VR games and movies and more. VR Verdict Podcast are the guests this week, and they are going to explore the nexus point. This is going to be cool. A parallel podcast. They're going to do parallel podcast universes as the two podcast teams interview each other in AltSpace VR at the same time. That should be really entertaining.
Ooh, wow. So many events, so little time. This really, it is so true, right? This is just the tip of the iceberg of events and activities all around the AltSpace VR community. Check out the events on the events calendar for the main events, as well as all and RSVP to send yourself a reminder an hour before the event so you don't miss a moment. And just a tip, go to the website, altvr.com, log in with your username, and you can see lots more events in one. Like it's easier to see the list of events. You can get through them faster, and you can mark them interested so you make sure you get that reminder email.
All right. We are going to skip through the discussion today and close this out. This is all because I spent too much time giggling. That is all for this week's news and updates. Thank you for being here every week to share the latest updates from around the AltSpace VR community. We live stream the news onto YouTube every week, and you can catch up with all the past episodes to learn more about the insanity of the Donna and Laurel giggles, and about AltSpace VR events, projects, news, and community activities. One of these days, Mark's going to pull out another blooper reel for you. Just stay tuned. We feature the AltSpace VR announcements feed in our news and updates Discord server, so you don't miss a minute of the news.
The blooper reel will have to be a 2-part series.
It's going to be a show of its own.
No, the conversation doesn't stop here at AltSpace VR. Discord is our home base for our community outside of AltSpace VR, and we invite you to join the News and Updates Discord to keep up with the news and activities here and around the VR industry. And to share your worlds, remember to do that. Share news and events and updates with us at discord.me/news updates. Please tell a friend and share our Discord and YouTube channel so others can keep up with the news in and around AltSpace.
Yes, and we do this for you for free. That's how beautiful we are. No, that's how passionate we are about this community and about you. We are not AltSpace VR employees. Our team works hard each week to gather the news and information to help our community keep up with. It's a great group, and we need your help. Please. So you want to come learn how this is done? Come see us. This is your show as much as ours, and we would love you to be a part of it.
Also, we will hang around after the news to answer your questions and talk about what you are doing in AltSpace VR. So stick around as we'd love to chat with you. As always, thanks to our news update volunteers and moderators. Seriously, it takes a team, and they help us make this event such a success and so much fun every week. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And remember, in the world. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Donna.
Thank you.